Well, back to another match review of this disaster, but before we get stuck into the match rant, 1 AM tonight, the PES Rangers PES 2020 Big Old Master League Episode 1 will be uploaded at 1 AM. The game comes out at 12. I'm going to work my hardest and also leave down below what video ideas you want. But now, moving on to the shiftless bastard performance. I mean, I was fucking ecstatic that he dropped McBurney, but the play, Matt Phillips, I mean, to drop by far our two best wingers in Fraser and Forrest, right? To drop John McGinn, you know what I mean? Him and Christie are definitely the two in-form midfielders that we've got. Yes, very similar the way they play the possession, like, but you've got to play both of them. You just got to fucking do it, you know what I mean? That you've got to include them, but there's something wrong with this team, right? People could argue you're in denial, but this team should be fucking easily, you know, I mean, not this Belgium game, right? But this team should be second. This should have been a straight shootout between us and Russia for second. You know what I mean? This squad should be getting second, in my opinion. It definitely should. I think Russia team, I don't know how they got to the semis. The fact that it was in their home nation, fair play them, right? But see the fact we've played 6 games, only scored 5 and conceded 13 when we've played... Alright, yeah, we've played Belgium twice, which is fair enough. We conceded 7 in that, by the way, like, 7 in that. We've conceded 2 against Russia. We've conceded 3 against Kazakhstan, 1 against Cyprus, and none against San Marino. But see the fact that we've only fucking scored 5 goals against San Marino, Cyprus, and Kazakhstan. That is fucking inexcusable. Inexcusable, man. That is borderline fucking Clarke out. You know what I mean? That is fucking shocking. You know, like, honestly, like I know he wasn't in charge for like the San Marino and the Kazakhstan one, right? But see that, honestly, fuck me. You should be scoring 5 alone against San Marino. You know what I mean? Like Cyprus and Kazakhstan away. I'm not denying, right? They're like tough games. Like you'll edge it by like a goal or something, right? But see getting beat 3-0 by fucking Kazakhstan, a bunch of inbred car washers. Like seriously. And look at our team. Andy Robertson is worth more than the Cyprus, the fucking Kazakhstan, and obviously the San Marino. All 3 squads combined. But yet the team just doesn't fucking get the job done on the pitch. I'm honestly like lost for words how bad it is. Obviously, like, see England like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I mean, the players couldn't gel. They couldn't stick Scholes, Lampard and Gerrard, obviously big Stevie G, but in the same team, you know what I mean? It didn't mean they had the best players, but they never worked. You know what I mean? Like that England team should have been doing. I'm not saying this team should be fucking getting to the finals and winning the Euros and the World Cup, right? But I think there is just a problem, honestly. If you look like even like 5 years ago, a couple of years ago, see Strachan, the team was definitely not as good. Definitely not as good under Strachan, but like I had faith against the big teams. We went to Germany after they had just won the World Cup and only get beat 2-1 and we're fucking in the game, like in the game. You know what I mean? I remember getting beat 3-2 at Hampden by Spain, and I think this is what 2010, 2011, and that's when Spain were fucking Spain. You know what I mean? And like it was close. 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago against fucking England. You know what I mean? Drew 2 each. Should have won that game. You know what I mean? But see this team now. No, I mean it is like you look at it player by player, and like fuck, this is the best team we've had in donkeys, but it just doesn't happen on the pitch. I think scoring 5 goals in 6 games, when 3 of the games were against Kazakhstan, Cyprus, and I think Clarke out. Honestly, I think not that he's out of his depth. I do rate Steve Clarke, but I don't, there's a colossal. It's like the players aren't playing for him. There's just no passion whatsoever. Defense is awful. I mean, we've got Andy Robertson, so the defense should be good. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we don't have a Van Dijk, so you could argue that as well. But and up front, we're awful. Fuck knows why he didn't play Forrest and Fraser. I mean, I would have played one of those 2 up front instead of Phillips. Phillips is shit. We know that, but man, honestly, I could have literally cried after every goal went in. But at least we've got the Nations League. Most nations don't have that. But I mean, like there's just some teams out there that get results and we don't. I mean, you look at Azerbaijan drew one each for Croatia. Northern Ireland, I mean, they held out fucking for ages against Germany. I mean, teams that have got far worse squads than us, and and it's not like we tried to go toe to toe with Belgium here. We didn't. I mean, apart from a 10-minute spell against Russia, Steve Clarke's reign has been utter fucking shit. You know what I mean? And McLeish, I mean, I don't need to say anything about McLeish. We all know what was up with that one. But anyway, if I go on more, man, I'll be fucking crying. So, check out the Master League later on the night. I'm glad the international break's over. I mean, I'd cut my arm off for us to qualify, but looking at it, why did these bastards deserve it? I'd cut my arm off, would get to a tournament and get pumped 4-0 by Albania in the opening fucking game. No thanks. But anyway, 4-0 Belgium. That's the rant. Till next time, I'm fucking killing myself.